Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Okay. Okay. How is everyone doing? Okay. Hey, everyone. Hope you are all having a great day today. Okay. It's happy Friday. It is the start of the weekend. Hi, everyone. How you guys doing? Thank you, Y2. Hey, Francisco. Ow. Yeah, I fixed it. It is part 4 right now. I just made one mistake yesterday. Sorry about that. My day's going good. How are you, Isaiah? Do my parents still have their accents? You Polish accent? Yes, my mom and dad both have Polish accents. Yeah, Mafia Definitive Edition is getting pretty popular. Series is getting pretty popular. Is there another Mafia 1 mission you don't like other than the race one? Uh, Not really. Generally like all of them. The only thing I don't like about Mafia 1 is I don't like when the enemies spam Molotovs. I hate when they do that. I find that personally really annoying when they do that. Next part will be released in the morning. Around the same time as this one was today. Aware of the measles outbreak in Alberta? No, I'm not epilist. I am working on that retail video. I'm gonna have that out pretty soon, within the next couple days. But there's a video I'm making, another channel update video. It's me like top 10 tips to basically get through retail. Hey Jeannie, how are you? Love the fit, thank you. Good news, I have a job working at a nursing home, like setting tables and the like. It will still be paid, by the way. I'm glad you got that, Cayman. I hope it works out for you, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I can link his videos. Yes, I can do that. Epilist. Well, I play Mafia 2 if I'm done with Mafia 1. I might not make it to Mafia 2 before Mafia the Old Country comes out. If I don't, I'm just going to do Mafia 2 right after I finish the Old Country. I'm going to be... the moment that Mafia 1 is going to be done, I'm going to be doing Metal Gear Solid 2. That's... Hey, Patrick, love your videos. Been a fan since 2020. Thank you, Jack. Thanks for the super chat. What are your thoughts on the countryside in Mafia 1 Definitive Edition? It looks cool. I just wish there were some more side activities that you could do in the game, because it's just a story-driven game, mostly.
I'll shoot you dead.
Oh, hey, chicken, I'll invite you to the, I will invite you to the posse in a moment here. Ready or Not does have some crazy situations in it. Wait, what do you mean, Ephelist? Trevor being Hannibal Lecter's long-lost brother. I don't know that one. I never played those games, Zach. My day was good. How are you? How was yours, dude? I can't really during the stream. I can look it up later, though, Zach. I can do that and tell you next stream what I think of it. Oh, another retail video reacting to comments. Yeah, I could do something like that, Ephelist. But this next one is coming up. It's going to be on the, you know, what to do in situations in retail. Okay, I'll see you, Isaiah. Hey, I'm on. Yes, Rockstar did kill Red Dead Online. It did. A rapper got sentenced for 135 years. He's 25 for home invasions and murder. Who's a rapper? Oh man, what an idiot! And he, took somebody else's life too. If he's a rapper, I'm assuming that he would be rich also, but it's still engaged in stuff like that, and now his entire life is also ruined. Oh, he did, Ephelist? That I don't know. I didn't know that. I can link that video in my video. Yes, you're right, Mr. Hopkins.
Unbelievable. Morning, partner.
I'm pretty sure this is leather. This is all. I'm pretty sure it's authentic. It was a fairly expensive hat. I'm gonna make more crazy current events videos. I did make the crazy current event videos on Mind's Eye. It was kind of technically part of the series. Oh, crap, I didn't want to do that, there. I don't either, Ant-Man. PHL? What airport is that? Where I can get GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony, would just download it. You can buy, like, the disc version on PS3 and Xbox 360 that, like, gives you the complete edition, but it's just better to download it. PC version would be the best one on Steam. Philadelphia Airport? Oh. What time should I deliver him? Deliver him at 3 minutes. Not really, Ant-Man.
Let me out of this.
1,000 enemies looted, huh?
They got me captive.
The most evil real-life crime boss? I don't know. Maybe, El Mencho. Maybe El Mencho. Maybe him. Yeah. El Mencho's horrible.
Caught me straight, and I might not kill you.
Oh, that one I didn't know, Mr. Hopkins. No, I haven't, Zach. I haven't even watched any TV, really. The most evil character in the Saints Row reboot. It just... all the characters were a joke in that game. I have played Joe's DLC. Yes, Golden Stripes.
Oh shit.
Everything okay, Robert?
Look.
Hey, Aussie guy. How are you, dude?
Seems someone's time is all but spent.
Thank you for being a member of my channel for over 4 years. Thanks, dude.
Good money for bad business.
Well, the Chicago airport, I think you're talking about O'Hare Airport, is that what it's called? I've stopped at that airport a few times. I haven't really had any delays ever happened there, but the thing is that whenever I've landed, the other plane that I'm supposed to go to is so far from it. It is often so far, like the connecting flight, like the walking distance is honestly really far, the other gate. Pro stream plus Nesquik glazed donut tastes good. Well, thank you, Umberto. I do like those Nesquik drinks a lot, the strawberry ones, even though they're not healthy, but I do like them a lot. Everyone's in the posse now? Okay. No, I just like to focus on the stream, Zach. But you told me Need for Speed. Which game was it again?
God damn it. Excuse me.
Tips for starting a YouTube channel. Make sure to read the comments. Read the comments as much as you can. People like it when you read their comments. Have a webcam. Have a mic. Try to be yourself. Hey, Pro, Patreon messed up and canceled my membership to you. I fixed it, but I want to make sure you don't lose any money. It's okay, Zach. And Zach, you didn't have to do that super chat, but I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, though, Zach. You're awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support, Zach. Thanks, Zach. You're awesome. Need for Speed Pro Street. Okay. I recently finished watching the entirety of Breaking Bad. On to Better Call Saul. Isn't Breaking Bad like five seasons in total, right? I gotta get around to watching it too, one day. Thank you for being thank you being a member of my channel for 5 years, Chaz. Thanks, dude. Jedi Survivor. Yes, but sometime in the future. In the fall, I actually have a planned playthrough of a Star Wars game, but I don't want to spoil what Star Wars game it's gonna be. It's not Outlaws, so don't worry. But it's a Star Wars game more focused on crime. But I'm gonna have a playthrough of that later in the fall. I did, Zach. You're gonna play Assassin's Creed 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry. It's not. I was actually looking forward to that game. I was looking forward to Outlaws, but it turned out it was such a disaster. Wow, that's a lot of guys coming in. Sure I can, Amen. What's your, PSN? Just finish Mr. House and Yes Man playthrough onto the NCR and Legion playthrough. I think that Mr. House or Yes Man is the canon ending, personally. That's what I think. Would you say that New York and Mafia 2 is accurate to real life? Not really, no. New York doesn't really have, like, large hills that, like, with those houses, like, where Leo lives. You don't really have, like, a neighborhood like that, like, overlooking the city, these large, you know, hills. No, this doesn't really exist like that. Better know Eastern Long Island Sound. Bridge crossing, CT, Patrick? Wait, what do you mean, Vertigo? Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I think JFK was a decent president. I wonder, JFK was confronting the Soviet Union without being extremely aggressive at the same time, too. But I wonder how JFK would have handled Vietnam if he was president at the time. Under him, we started sending advisors, but then under Johnson, we fully got involved in the conflict. Oh, you started Fallout because of my playthrough. I did Fallout 3, which is okay. I'm on to New Vegas, which I love. Yeah, New Vegas is... a lot of people argue New Vegas is the best one in the series, but I think that, I think the best game is Fallout 3. Now, I know some people might disagree with me. People think Fallout New Vegas is the best one, but the reason I like Fallout 3 is my favorite one is because Fallout 3 just felt that really apocalyptic environment to me. And on top of that, Fallout 3 was, you could play after the ending. Like, in Fallout 3, you could do some pretty evil things, so, yeah. Yeah, but Fallout 4, I felt like Fallout 4 was directed towards a good, you know, good playthrough. Like, there wasn't really, many evil things you could do in Fallout 4. Yeah, I can help you sell in the GTA, in my GTA Online stream. Do you have me added? If I could time travel by simply costumes, well, I'd like to see the Revolutionary War, Did you know the Normandy landings happened because Erwin Rommel went back to Germany to celebrate his wife's birthday as opposed to guard the northern French coast? Yes, I know that is true. Yeah, I had fun with an Evil Karma playthrough in Fallout 3. I'm gonna be doing that as a series also, in December. We'll be doing that. Oh, hey, Jackknife, how are you? Fallout 4 has the best combat in the series. It has the best, you know, graphics and the best combat in the series, but it's just I think what it's hated for is the dialogue and the choices. Can you do an evil playthrough in the Elder Scrolls games, Pro? Well, kind of. I want to do a playthrough of Oblivion still, but about Elder Scrolls is, the evil playthrough is kind of the Dark Brotherhood storyline. That's typically, you know, what you do there. Well, I could add you possibly after the stream. I can't add anyone during the stream. Let's talk about Game of the Year, Mind's Eye and the re-release. I think, you know what I think is going to be Game of the Year? I think it's going to be Mafia the Old Country. That's what I think. I think this year it's going to be Mafia the Old Country. I think it's either Ghost of Yotei or Mafia the Old Country. Those two games. It's going to be one of them. But I think it'll be Mafia. I'm really looking forward to Mafia.
Well, I'm always pleased to see them breathing. They'll pay their debt. I make good on my promises. Easy payment.
The original or the definitive edition, Jackknife? Kate Lewis. Oh, thank you for liking the stream, Zombie King. Yeah, Mafia Definitive Edition was great, where GTA Definitive Edition was a disaster. I don't know what they were thinking with Mind's Eye. I don't know how they're going to re-release the game, too. I wonder how that's going to work. Oblivion is your favorite Elder Scrolls, right, Pro? Yeah, probably, because Oblivion was such a huge part of my childhood. Well, Build a Rocket Boy kind of is already in the process of shutting down. It's, they've already fired 100 people. Was Ryder a narcissist? Yes, Ryder was a narcissist. He thought he was smarter than everybody. He always mocked CJ. This is the Black Arabian horse. Well, Skyrim, maybe you could make the argument, has more, stuff, more choices. Do you think GTA 6 will get delayed? Yes and no. GTA 6 could possibly get delayed until fall 2026, but it's not going to get delayed past that. I can't imagine it going to 2027. So if anything, it'll only get delayed one more time, but it's not going to get delayed anymore after that. I never played Daggerfall, Bones. What's the worst game I've ever played? Maybe Brink, but also Saints Row. Saints Row was the reboot. The Saints Row reboot was terrible. Mind's Eye was pretty close there, but I'd say Saints Row was even worse. No, Lewis. What do I think of Al Mualim? I think he went crazy with power. Did you encounter any scammers lately? I have been, texting, like, a scammer, messing with them. Like, the job scammers, the ones who ask you, tell you that there's, like, they have, like, a job opening.
Get out of here. The hell are you doing? Get out. Just what the hell are you doing here? No. Leave me alone.
Grandpa Mason fighting against communism in Florida. Yeah. The scammer was so stupid that he didn't even understand what I was talking about, too. Will I make that into a video? If the conversation keeps going, occasionally scammers block me, usually pretty quickly. And so when they block me, I don't feel like really making a video out of it if the conversation is short. If it's something that I can get the scammer really talking for some time, and usually get them into a voice call, then I'll try to record that. What weapon do you think killed the most in World War I? Artillery. Artillery was responsible for 2/3 of deaths in World War I. My top 5 games of 2010. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Black Ops 1. What else came out in 2010? Did I think about this one? 2010, what else came out that year? Red Dead Redemption 1, yeah, how could I forget that? Kane and Lynch 2, yes. Kane and Lynch 2 was in, 2010, you're right, yep. Hey, Professional, any LA Noire lore videos in the works? Not at the moment, Jake, but is there, like, a specific topic in LA Noire that you'd like me to talk about? I do have a video that I'm planning, Jake, on top 10 tips to survive retail, to get for retail. That's gonna be a good one. And then I gotta make that Tucker lore video on Days Gone. Who was the worst Nazi in your opinion? It will be Hitler, but if we're talking Nazis besides Hitler, it would either be Himmler, Heydrich. Himmler, Heydrich were really, really bad. Yeah, Himmler or Heydrich. Goebbels, keeps saying his name wrong always. He was also really bad. Do I follow the news? Yeah, I try to watch the news as much as I can. You promised us a lore video on CJ's Blender. Yeah, that one, I said that would probably be the next April Fool's one. The one on, next April Fool's. But that'll be what happened to Mom's Blender. I'd like you to go over situations on LA Noire where SWAT would handle today. The game was set over 20 years before SWAT was established. SWAT usually handles any kind of situation where there is hostages, but also where the person barricades themselves. So if the person barricades themselves, SWAT's gonna be most of the time called in. The worst U.S. president in history, James Buchanan. He ended his 1857 to 1861. And the reason that Buchanan was the worst president in American history was because he did absolutely nothing during before the Civil War to stop the Civil War from happening. He did nothing. Well, here's the thing is, I don't mind if they make a new Max Payne game, but it can't be with Max Payne. And because Max Payne is retired, it's like, he had the perfect ending after Max Payne 3, so if they want to make another Max Payne game, they could have it set in the same universe as Max Payne, but don't call it Max Payne, just have it call it something else, but have it in the same universe and have, like, the bullet time and everything like that. Okay, Brandon. Yeah, it should be a new character, I agree with you, yeah. When do you want the bounty turned in? Turn them in 11 minutes. At 11 minutes, exactly, yeah. So in 1 minute. Have I heard of Oscar Durlwanger? Yeah, yes, he was the guy who led that SS battalion during the Warsaw Uprising that was mostly, like, convicts, like, really bad people. I think Phil Leotardo will appear in Mafia the Old Country as a radiator. Wait, I missed a super chat? Whose super chat did I miss? I saw Jack. Controversy, not over planting a bridge crossing to Connecticut. Wait, Vertigo, you mean like a bridge from Long Island to Connecticut?
Work for an amateur. Soon as they're in that cell, you can get yourself paid. Here's your due.
Whose super chat did I miss? I'm sorry if I missed one. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's see here. I think I got everyone. I think I got them all here. I don't think I missed any. Patrick, you're talking about someone else. My super chat was removed for no reason. I did not remove your super chat. What did you ask me, Pirate? Hey, James. Okay, Brandon, you needed help, right? Let me rejoin the posse. I did not remove anyone's super chat, so if you made a super chat, just tell me what you asked, and I'll answer it. But I didn't remove anyone's super chat. Ow. Right in the sign, right? Apassos is a protagonist for another Max Payne game? Yeah, possibly, but they'd have to create a good story for him. Because Max Payne has really good gunplay, but it needs a really good story. Hey, Long John Silver, how are you, dude? Hey, Pro, good day. Hey, Jonathan, how are you, dude? What are your thoughts about the negativity about Ghost of Yote? What's the controversy? Maybe Golden Stripe, but I might be busy with Mafia the Old Country next. But if I was to make a lore video on Tommy, it would be a lore video. Did Tommy betray Salieri, or did Salieri betray him? That's what I would do the video on. There, I explained it. Oh, let me look, Pirate. Pirate, I don't see an explanation. Can you post it again? I don't see anything from you. Just the thing about your... I just see the messages saying I missed your super chat, but can you post your question again? I've seen a lot of people on Twitter calling the game woke because as a female character. I don't really care about the main character being a female. I don't have really any problems with that. I would have preferred Jin in like a second game. But, you know, I'm fine with the direction that they're taking in, with the game also. I just don't want any politics in the game, personally. But I think it'll be fine. How about starting to summon one of the killer suits that Max killed in Act 3, Chapter 7? What, they're doing like a Last of Us storyline like? Pirate, did you post again? Internal corruption within the LAPD and Captain Donnelly's squad, LA Noir lore video idea. Yeah, I could do that. And you know the thing is though, is that in a lot of the cases in the game, when you have to decide on who to charge, it's more that the captain is it's about pleasing the captain. It's not about necessarily who's right, but more about pleasing the captain, Jake. But I could do that one day, yeah. You're in Florida, right, Zach? That's, why it's so hot there? South Florida, okay. Did Pirate post his question here? I don't think I see it, no. If anyone tries to buy any Call of Duty game from Modern Warfare 2 and refund it, you can't because of your total time playing Warzone. Wait, they count your Warzone playing time towards it? But Warzone is free. I did not know that, Minion Dave. How come you aren't with the wagon? Brandon just started it and I just didn't have the chance to get to him. Oh, on Steam. Oh, I didn't know that. My favorite GTA, it's 4, yeah. 4, I would say. I just like the dark and gritty atmosphere of 4, yeah. Why is Desert Eagle pretty terrible in combat? It's a big handgun heavy, a lot of recoil. It's too powerful, and there's such a thing as too powerful. It just, you know, yeah. I would just say that about the Desert Eagle. It's just too powerful for what it is. Overkill, yeah. No way. San Andreas is probably my second favorite 3D game. My favorite one would be Vice City because it's like the 80s, but I like San Andreas a lot too. No, I really don't want to see any futuristic vehicles in a new GTA, no. A bit dark in a way, yeah. Let me get over to my moonshine shack here. Yeah, huge parts of GTA 5's map feel empty. I agree with you on that, yeah. Hey, Pro, I saw a married coworker, Louise of 20 years, 2 adults, make out with a 19-year-old colleague. Guilt is killing me, and I want to tell her husband, but I don't know what to do. I just want advice. So you saw your thank you, Fusion, for the super chat. You saw your coworker that was having an affair with another one of your coworkers, and you know that she's married. I'm thinking about this right now. The thing is, though, is that as bad as this situation is, Fusion, there might not be anything that you can do, because it's horrible, but there really might not be anything that you can do if you think about it, because you don't really have any proof. I mean, you can tell her husband, but you don't have proof, and at the same time she's working with you. So even if you told her husband, or her husband believed you, she's still going to be working with you. It's not like she's going to get fired and the other coworker's going to be fired, and now they're going to basically know that you told the husband about that, and they're going to be really pissed with you, and your job is going to be, a lot harder now working with those people. So as bad as it is, as horrible as it is, Fusion, I would just basically say to just stay out of it. There's really nothing that you can do. I know you feel guilty about it, about telling the husband and stuff like that, but here's what I will tell you is you did nothing wrong. It's not like, you did something bad. It's her. It's all on her. So that's ultimately what it is she is she's having an affair, she's a horrible person, but that's ultimately just on her. That's basically what I would say about that. Is I would just stay out of it, because again, you don't have proof, And what could basically happen is the husband might not even believe you. So that's, so I would just personally stay out of it. A lot of times, cheaters end up getting caught anyways, a lot of times. So that's what I would just say personally about it, is, I know you feel like guilty and you want to do the right thing, but I don't think there's really anything that you can do in this situation. I mean, if I was in that situation, I don't think I really would do anything. Like, I obviously don't approve, it's horrible, but there's really nothing that you could really do in that type of situation. Did that help, Fusion? And Fusion, if you mind me asking, did they see you? Do they know that you know about that, or not? Also, Pat, if you plan on playing Call of Duty World War II on PC, don't. It's very dangerous. People who play on PC have risk of getting hacked. I did hear about that, Golden Stripes. Yes, I know about that. They gave it away on PC for free, I think, recently. It was on Epic, or I can't remember, but it had this massive exploit that was going on. Yeah. Fusion, did you leave another comment? You there, dude?
I have to say, I've outdone myself with a stew this time.
Fusion, are you still here in chat? Thank you, Matt. It helped me. I hope he finds justice and they saw me. Look, here's what I'll tell you is you can at least find comfort in the fact that you're a good person, that you see something like that and in your heart you know that that's the wrong thing. That's wrong what they're doing. It's bad. But what I'll ultimately say about it is that there's really nothing that you can do about it. And I don't think they're probably not going to bring this up to you. They probably won't. But if they do bring this up to you, you basically just say, you know, stay away from me and mind your own business. Say that to them. Like, if they try to, you know, talk to you or, like, you know, try to tell you, hey, did you see us or something like that, you basically just say to them, you know, stay away from me. You know, don't talk to me. I don't want to, you know, discuss things with you. That's basically it. But yeah, it is a complex situation. I would agree with you, Adrian. Yeah. Also, last thing I'll tell you about this is, again, don't feel guilty about this, Fusion, because you did nothing wrong. It is, it's ultimately them. She decided to have an affair. You know, she did, you know, she was just a bad person. But there's really nothing that you can do about this. I would not get involved in this situation.
Like a new man. All these long dormant passions surging through me once more. So while I head into town in search of some company, could you go make a sale? It'll be a bit of a journey, I'm afraid, but the buyer's offering good money.
Well, here's the thing: is Menace is even if he told the husband, there's chances are the husband might not believe him if he told the husband. So it's probably best that he stays out of it, because even if he tells the husband, it's not like they're both of them are gonna get fired from their job, like the coworker and the, you know, woman. So they're not gonna get fired from their job, and he's gonna keep working with them, and it's gonna cause him problems because they're gonna be pissed at him. So it's I mean, do you guys agree with me? I mean, that's just my opinion, Fusion, is I would just stay out of it personally. So you did nothing wrong. She went and decided to have an affair, and you know, that's on her ultimately. Is you know, she's ruining her own marriage. But I would just not get involved in this situation personally. That's what I would say. And chances are the husband probably is not going to believe you if you tell him. So he probably won't believe you. So that's... I would just try to get it out of your head. Try to get it out of your head. And that's... Why did Cole Phelps cheat on his wife, and why ultimately end up falling for Elsa? LA Noir lore video, maybe. Thank you, Jake. The reason that Cole had an affair with Elsa is because Elsa probably understood him better than his wife. That's probably the reason, is he was probably able to connect with her better. It doesn't excuse what Cole did, obviously. It was very scummy. But it's, I think it was probably because of his work, she survived Nazi Germany, and he survived, fighting against Imperial Japan. And so I think they could at least relate a little bit. And I think that was, and also the things he's going through in the police force, which his wife, I know. I mean, I wish we would have seen more of Cole's like family life at home. I wish we would have seen more of that. But I guess that would be one of my problems with LA Noir. But did I help you with that, Fusion? Thank you again, bro, and thank you for the advice. No problem. Yeah, just try not to think about it. And if it keeps bothering you, if you keep thinking about it and you feel guilty, just think about it this way. If it makes you feel guilty, think about it that I did nothing wrong. They decided to have an affair. They are, doing bad things. I did nothing wrong. Just think about that. That's ultimately it's that. You did nothing wrong. You have a good heart. That you see that and you understand that it's wrong, but don't let it like destroy you thinking about it. That's what I'll say. Can't he give an anonymous tip about his wife's pet? If it's anonymous, they won't know it's him. I wouldn't, because the reason I wouldn't is because remember what he said. He said that his coworkers saw him, and even if he gives an anonymous tip, they're gonna both know it's him right away, and that's just gonna cause him problems at work. So just stay out of it. That's better. Yeah, just stay out of it. My mom's being scammed by people from Nigeria. She let me listen on the calls, and they're asking for money information. Tell your mom to hang up. Tell your mom to hang up on them. I will tell you something. My mom wanted me to call up this guy once. Because it was like a couple years ago, and my mom told me the government, called me. And the government, said to me that they're going to suspend my social security information, and they want, gift cards right now. And, can you call this number? And I was like, Mom, it's a scam. I was like, no. Because my mom didn't, understand a lot of that stuff. And, the government isn't going to suspend your social security number. It's not going to happen. And the government's not going to ask you for gift cards. So it's, I'll stream GTA 6 online, but GTA 6 online is not going to be available day one. It's going to be available probably 2 weeks after the game comes out. That's how they've done Red Dead Online. That's how they did GTA Online. Probably how they'll do GTA 6 online. I remember messing with a scammer. I used a Nico Bellic soundboard. Oh, that's... Uno is in casinos now? What? First time I'm hearing about that. I'm from Portugal, and my mom and I got 2 calls from Poland for some reason. We didn't even pick up. Yeah, the thing about that is there are actually Polish scam call centers. They do exist. They were but the chances are the callers might not have even been in Poland. There was a Polish call center, like a scam call center that was in Brooklyn, New York, that actually got raided a couple of years ago. And what the Polish scammers were doing is they were basically calling up like Polish immigrants, and they were speaking to them in Polish, telling them that they're from the government, and they were telling them that they're gonna get deported unless they pay like a certain fee or something like that. But it was that the police raided them. The NYPD, they got on it pretty quickly and they raided them and they arrested them. It happened in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure. It happened like a couple of years ago. But you want to know the really ironic thing about that? The people that they were targeting, the Polish immigrants, were actually legally in America. But the ironic thing is the scammers themselves were illegal immigrants. So they were calling people, telling them that they're going to get deported. But ironically, the scammers were the ones that were going to get deported. Hey Pro, do you have any goods idea for an LA Noire video? Also enjoying your Mafia Definitive Edition playthroughs. An LA Noire video. Any ideas for it? Let me think. Well, it was maybe making that video I told you about how, like, this... showing, like, how the captain wants you to think. I mean, did you see my first LA Noire video? I made one, like, last September. Did you see that one? On Errol Schroeder? Maybe making on the captains, but... But also, guys, I've been contacted by those scammers several times that tell me that there's like a job opening, that there's like a remote job. And do you know what I always say to them whenever they you know what I always say to the scammers that tell me that there's a remote job? They always block me. What I start doing is I say to them on the phone, while I text them, I reply back to the job scammers and I say, oh, for your online job, I want to unionize. I want to join a union. That's what I always say. And whenever I say that, they block me. They stop responding most of the time when I say I want to unionize. That's what I say a lot of times. Imagine if Rockstar fanboys call Mafia the old country GTA or Red Dead clone. Did Rockstar fanboys call the other Mafia games GTA clones? They kind of did at the time. Mafia 2 was called a GTA clone, even though Mafia had existed just as old as GTA. You know, Mafia 1, I think it was 2002. I think that's when it came out. So GTA 3 was 2001. So it was one of the first, you know, PS2 open world games. Oh. Will I play Bethesda soft games? And thank you, Mr. Jesus. Soft games in the future? Soft? What do you mean, TP Kev? What's that? Thank you for the super chat. We really need a GTA lore video. Yes, and I will do one, Roof. My next GTA lore video will be on Zero. That's the one I want to make one on. On Zero, I wanted to do a full character analysis on him. Hey, Professional, love your content and your GTA lore videos. I've been wanting to get into Red Dead Online for some time. Any tips that you have? I would say, thank you, Mike, for the super chat. Your avatar is also making me kind of hungry. I love hamburgers. But I will say about Red Dead Online. Red Dead Online, if you're new to Red Dead Online, like you haven't played it before, Red Dead Online has plenty of content to, you know, keep you busy until GTA 6, because you have, like, all the updates, like, you know, the, Frontier's Pursuits, Trader, Collector, Bounty Hunter, you have Moonshiner, you have the Jessica Leclerc missions, so there is content, for you to do. So there's, but I would say if you're gonna get one role first, get the Bounty Hunter role first. Get that one. Am I going to play Delta Force and Ready or Not? Yeah, I will play Delta Force. Delta Force, I'll play when that comes out. Ready or Not, I'm kind of thinking about it. Like, I know there was a censorship controversy of Ready or Not, but, like, how bad was the How bad is the censorship on Ready or Not? Does anybody know here? Because I know there was like a giant censorship controversy, but can somebody tell me, like, did it ruin the game? Like, what did it censor exactly? Like, what's gone? Whose accent is your favorite in the Mafia series? Thank you, Jonathan. Favorite accent in the entire Mafia series? Probably Tommy. Yeah, Tommy. The old-style Chicago accent, probably the best one. They mainly tone a bit of the gore and the nudity. Were any missions changed? Were missions changed at all? Were anything with the story? Was that changed at all? Anything with Frank? Oh, you mean the consigliere?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I gotta play Wildlands one day too. That's on my list to play. Extreme scenes were censored. Like what? Oh yeah, the homeless veteran Jerry Kapowitz. I'm pretty sure he'll be in GTA 6. If he's not in GTA 6, it'll be a massive disservice to GTA 4. If I have the time, Brandon, yes.
You're crazy as a loon.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Jacket.
Easy.
I love your videos. Will there be any Max Payne lore videos? I remember you said so. Yes, if I make a Max Payne lore video, though, it's gonna be from the third game. And it's, I was thinking about making, like, a video just explaining how the whole Brazilian crime syndicate works. Just like what Victor Branco's role in it is, and everything else. Just explaining how the whole crime syndicate worked. Hey, Loof, how are you, dude? I don't think we'll get, like, a, Empire business, but I guess we'll see. Have you seen that YouTuber Ethan Klein is suing 3 YouTubers for trying to steal views from his video? What? How's that work? And who's he suing? Hey, bro, I did see your lore video on Scooter Payton from LA Noire. Oh, you liked it then, Jake. Thank you for the super chat. Give me rent. Have I thought about doing Ace Attorney lore videos? I have, but I just haven't had the time for those. Ace Attorney lore videos, I can imagine, would be pretty complicated also, because you have to go back to the specific segment of a character saying something. I was thinking about making a video one day, maybe on Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles characters in real life, because a lot of the characters in Chronicles were based on real life people. What are your thoughts on iShow Speed? Isn't iShow Speed, correct me if I'm wrong, is he the YouTuber that caused that giant crisis in New York, where he said he was going to do, like, a fan meetup, and then, like, hundreds of people showed up? And, like, is that the one? Is that the guy? Like, he was just, like, driving around, I think, throwing PlayStation 5s into crowds. Was that? No, that's Kai Sanan. Okay. That was the wrong one, then. Then I got the wrong guy.
Oh, shucks. Wouldn't want to be you right now.
Yeah, Spec Ops The Line, a lot of people have requested I play that. It's like a dark, you know, war game. I do want to play it, yes. Well, I actually have a Mafia 2 lore video planned, Golden Stripes, and the video would be, was Henry really a rat? Mafia lore explained. And I would basically break that down and answer that question. Medal of Honor European Assault March, because I will do that on the anniversary of the, I'll do that on the anniversary of the, St. Nazaire raid, which is where Medal of Honor European Assault starts.
Someone there.
Well, I know, Loof, but I have a lot of other games that I gotta get to in the meantime. And usually it's around, like, 2 playthroughs a month, so I gotta, like, you know, plan in advance on what games I'm doing. But usually when I'm doing, like, those historical games, like the war games, I usually want to do them on, like, specific anniversaries of something. Like, for example, like, when I did, like, Brothers in Arms, we did it on, the D-Day anniversary. And as for, I'm thinking about doing Brothers in Arms, the other one, and maybe, like, Hell's Highway, because Hell's Highway is supposed to take place during Operation Market Garden, which I could do in, like, maybe September.
Is that all you got? You're gonna die here, boy.
On the Lost and Damned, I still have to make that Johnny video. Just, guys, please be patient with me, because there's just so many lore videos and so many projects people want me to make, and so much stuff that I gotta get to. But I do want to make a lot of these videos over time, yes.
Are you out your...
Do I think Scarface inspired Saints Row? No, not really. I think Saints Row maybe was inspired a bit by San Andreas, but it was always its own thing. Yeah, Loof, so I could do that. Did you find me through my World War II videos, Loof? Is that how you found my channel? When is that, Zach? No, what's that, Golden Stripes? Looking forward to the retail video. Thank you, dude. Yeah. You know what I still have to do? I still have to do the side missions on Destroy All Humans 2. They actually have a story and cutscenes to them. I still gotta do those. I gotta still do those, yeah. Yes, Eldragon. Black Ops 6 did a collaboration with the TV show American Dad. If you heard of it, they brought out operators on Black Ops 6. Is ridiculous. What? How is that working? You're saying that YouTubers suing people? But, like, on... It's probably not going to work out for him, but, like... I think Cole is generally trying to get to the heart of the truth when he's trying to solve a case. Copyright on YouTube can be really broken, yeah. Very, very broken. Oh, it's okay, Zach. But I don't need to do the side missions on an anniversary. I can do them later this year. Yes, we'll play Call of Black Ops 2 probably in September. Before Black Ops 7 comes out, we'll do that. Is Leo Galante a scumbag, bro? He pretty much vouched Vito to join a family who had his father killed and caused other problems. Well, Leo didn't kill his father. That was Derek who did that. But it wasn't really the... I wouldn't really blame the Vinci family for that. It was more Derek, but I guess he was working for the Vinci family, making money for the docs. I guess you could kind of put the blame on them. But here's the thing is, in the Mafia series, virtually every single character in the Mafia series is a scumbag. Virtually every character. Even the main characters, Tommy, Vito, every main character is a scumbag, and Enzo probably will be a scumbag too in the old country. So like pretty much every character is a scumbag. Now there are certain characters that are less scummy than others. There's certain characters that are less worse than others, but virtually everyone is a scumbag. They're almost all criminals. But if you're talking about Leo, if you compare Leo to a lot of the other characters, Leo is a lot less scummier than a lot of the other characters in the series. He has way more honor, way more. I for some reason, I think that Leo, for some reason, is Enzo. That's what I think. I think that Leo is Enzo in Mafia: The Old Country. I think Leo... My theory is I think Leo is either Enzo or he's Frank Vinci. That's what I think. I know some people think he's Salieri. I don't think he's Salieri. I think that he's possibly Leo or Frank Vinci. That's what I think. But here's the thing about Leo, is Leo kept his promise to Vito. Like, Vito hated him, but Leo kept his word to Vito. Like, Leo could have screwed him over, but he kept his word to Vito. And also, for Joe, is, Vito, he told Vito that Joe, was killed. But in reality, he saved Joe's life, because Joe was his bodyguard. So, the reason that he didn't tell Vito that Joe was alive, because he knew that Vito would try to contact Joe, and that they would constantly be like, they were constantly like, when Vito and Joe were together, it was like oil and water. Like, it was always going to cause problems. So, like, it was just like, whenever Vito and Joe were together, something bad was going to happen. And so that's why he wanted to keep them apart. I think he will be one of the older characters. I think he will be. Because, think about it. The Mafia games take a lot of inspiration from the Godfather movies, right? And what happened to Vito Corleone in The Godfather? That wasn't his real name. His real name was Vito Andolini. That's what it was. And he changed his name to Vito Corleone when he came to America. I think that, I think that they might do something like that, where Enzo comes to America, and he changes his name. That's what I think they might do. What do I think of Ray's death in GTA 4? I felt like it was really rushed. I'm assuming you mean Bacino, right? Not Bulgarin? But about Bacino, yeah. Ray's death was kind of stupid. It wasn't, like, even cinematic. Like, you didn't even have a cutscene, like an execution or anything like that. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I really wish they would have kept the, I don't know why it said the bounty died. I wish they would have kept the original, because in GTA 4's original storyline, do you know what it was supposed to be? It was supposed to be that Pegorino would tell Nico, I need you to kill one of these guys for my family, and, like, you decide. And Pegorino would tell, like, Nico, you know, kill Phil or kill, like, Ray. I think the reason that Rockstar took that out, because Phil was important to the story later, and also because they didn't want, like, Nico deciding. They felt like it was more Pegorino's role as the boss deciding. But I think it would have made more sense for Nico to decide, because Pegorino's incompetent. But you would basically have like a mission where it was like the same thing as like Derek or Playboy. You would have like a mission where you would go and convince like, you would go and kill Ray, or you'd go and kill Phil. And I would have that was what the game was supposed to be like originally. And if you killed Phil, Ray would give you a bunch of money. That's what the story was supposed to be originally in GTA 4. If you killed Ray, Phil would actually become your friend. So he would become a friend where you actually hang out with him. That was the original script for GTA 4, and I think that would have been a lot better. Having Phil as like a friend you can hang out with, I think that would have been a lot better than the Ray thing. Yeah, that's what I think personally. What do you mean, Mythagoras?
Ain't this a rare treat? Perhaps you could.
Who is my favorite character in Twisted Metal? Black. Mine is probably Axel or Sweet Tooth. Also, Twisted Metal Black is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Yeah, and it's also what is it? The TV show season 2 is coming out. In like 2 weeks, season 2 is coming out. My favorite character is always Mr. Grimm. Like, I've always played as Mr. Grimm throughout the series. Oh, Mythagoras. Okay. Well, the captains have their own version of justice, Adrian. Is the Chicago family the only Chicago outfit the only mafia family in Chicago? No. There's definitely more. What happened to Tommy after Vice City? He ruled Vice City. What's Twisted Metal? It's a car combat game that came out in the 1990s, but it's the last game came out in 2012 on PS3, but there's a TV show about it recently, and it's season 2 is coming out in like 2 days or 2 weeks. Who do I think is the most evil character in GTA? Easy, Dimitri. Dmitry Rascalov, because he had his best friend killed. He betrayed and killed his best friend. He betrays Nico. He has Roman killed at his wedding. He even abandons his best friend's wife and daughter on the streets. Yeah, I would say Dimitri. Dimitri is probably the worst one. Do you think Catalina and Trevor would be a good couple? I think they'd kill each other. Yeah, I don't think that would probably work out. Well, it may be Eddie Lowe, but Eddie Lowe, I would say, out of all the strangers, definitely one of the most evil characters. But Eddie Lowe is also insane in a way. He is insane. Where Dimitri, Dimitri is pretty much psychopathic. Also, Dimitri did kill more people than Eddie Lowe. Even though Eddie Lowe is a serial killer, Dimitri killed more people. You think Nico and Michael will be friends they met? I don't see why not. Yeah. I found this channel because I found Sniper Elite V2 videos. I've been playing Sniper Elite originally from the PS2. That was because you explain historical events, especially I like World War II war games. Thank you, Loof. Did you find my channel through the 2019 playthrough I did, or the 2022 playthrough that I did? Because I did 2 playthroughs of Sniper Elite V2. I'm assuming it was a 2022 playthrough, because I did comment a lot of history on those. Oh, the 2019 one. Oh, okay, little. Yeah, it's you get all the Ezio games in there, Blind Eagle. I'm good, Elijah. How are you, dude? I don't really want to compare them completely, Tony Montana, because they're such different styles, but Vice City does give you more stuff to do. You have to also remember, or Scarface gives you more stuff to do. Scarface, the game came out 4 years after Vice City. But you know what's one of the stupidest things? You guys want to know something really stupid? When Scarface the World came out, in 2006, there was people that were attacking that game. And when they were attacking that game, do you know what they were saying? They were saying that the Scarface game was a GTA clone and a GTA ripoff. Now, can anyone tell me why that's so ironic of people saying that Scarface is a GTA clone and a GTA ripoff? That's how stupid some of the people were that were attacking that game. They were so stupid they called Scarface, the game, a GTA ripoff. Because, yeah, if it was not for Scarface, GTA Vice City would not exist. Oh, all of the Ezio games are good. All of them are, Blind Eagle. Do you think future GTAs will get less and less violent because of progressive culture? Thank you, Mythagoras, for the super chat. Political correctness, yes, I do think so. I don't think we're ever gonna get a GTA game as dark as GTA 4. I think GTA 4 is the last, you know, dark GTA game we're gonna have, and we're never gonna get a Manhunt 3. It's never gonna happen. So that's we will never get a new Manhunt game 2. People are too sensitive these days. A lot of people, if a game like GTA 4 came out today, I guess it would get backlash. It would. Well, you found me through the a lot of the World War II games that I played, Loof. I'm assuming you like a lot of the World War II playthroughs that I do, but thank you for staying with my channel all those years. I'm assuming you really like the World at War playthrough also. And the Black Ops playthrough I did a lot of history on those. Even criminals need to be politically correct in this climate, which is dumb. Yeah. Are you creating a new character for GTA 6? Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a brand new engine and everything. We should, Chaz. Oh, found him. Okay, he's right here.
Hey, get the hell out of here. Hey, get the hell out of here. You know, I ain't gonna... You lost your damn mind? Don't do this, you hear?
Which boss from the Mafia games the most interesting to you? Frank Vinci. Yeah, I'd say Frank Vinci. The reason I found Frank Vinci so interesting is because he was an old school guy. He did always everything by the book. He wasn't greedy like the other Mafia bosses. Will I play 6 Days in Fallujah? I'm considering playing that one. When is that game coming out? I remember that game got canceled many years ago, and then it got revived. Yeah, I think that would have been a fourth option for that, Golden Stripe. The most innocent character in the Mafia is Ralphie. Well, in Mafia 1, no, I wouldn't say it's Ralphie. The most innocent character in Mafia 1 would probably be Sarah.
I will bust your head open.
Get the Raiju. I mean, I don't think there's really a purpose to the Hydra really that much anymore. I mean, Hydra can be called through Pegasus. I mean, I guess there's that. But Raiju is just a better vehicle overall.
Oh no.
What is the root cause of political correctness, and what caused it to be so strong as it is today? I think I can answer that question for you. I think it's the cancel culture. I think the cancel culture is what really caused the political correctness. It's just I think yeah, I think it's the cancel culture. I mean, would you guys agree with me? The cancel culture is probably what caused the political correctness. It because it's
Bounties go in the cell.
you know, this I will tell you, like, just some of the political correctness stuff and the cancel culture stuff, it is just completely out of control. Like, there are people out there that will go on somebody's Twitter account and they will look at tweets that they made, like, literally, like, 10 years ago, and they'll be like, oh, you said this 10 years ago, you should get canceled now, today. And it's like, if somebody is going back on somebody's Twitter, like, if somebody's scrolling through somebody's tweet, like, looking back, like, 10 years ago, that person has some serious issues, and that person has way too much time on their hands. That's what I'll say about, stuff like that. So that's, this cancel culture stuff is just so toxic, and it's ridiculous. It's okay, Robert. I never played Red Dead Revolver, so I wouldn't know that. Do I lift weights? Yeah, I do. Which game do you think is more fun, Red Dead Online or GTA Online? At one point, I had more fun with Red Dead Online. And the reason is because Red Dead Online had content in 2019. In 2019, I thought Red Dead Online was funner than GTA Online, like, better, because Red Dead Online did not have the griefing problem that GTA Online did, and they were adding, like, businesses like the Moonshiner and the Trader and the Collector, and so at one point I did think that Red Dead Online was more fun, but then when they abandoned the game and GTA Online got, like, updates like Cayo Perico, and then later, got the, casino update, I thought GTA Online was, more fun, but they're both, fun in their different ways. But you know what? I'll tell you guys, the every innocent man in the homicide case in L.A. Noire, excluding Rooney, Ackerman, McCaffrey, and John Ferdinand Jameson. Now Rooney, I remember that guy. He was a massive creep. And thank you, Jake. But I will tell you guys something. About the political correctness, people asking me, like, how it got sort of control. It's like the cancel culture. It's gotten so bad. I'll give you guys a perfect example. People these days are canceled for wearing other cultures' clothing. Like, I'm not even joking for that. Like, if you wear the clothing of another culture, people will try to cancel you for that, saying that you're being culturally insensitive, or whatever the term is that they're using. I don't remember now these days. It's just, it's so ridiculous. And the only time I think it would be bad if somebody was wearing another culture's clothing if they're trying to make fun of them. But if they're not trying to make fun of them and they're just like wearing the clothing just because they like it, what's wrong with that? I mean, like, wouldn't other cultures want people from other cultures to, admire their culture and wear their clothing and adopt their culture? I mean, would that not make you proud if somebody from another culture, like, liked your culture so much that they started wearing your culture's clothing? Would that not make you happy, that somebody else liked your culture? But it's like I don't get that person. People saying it's a cultural appropriation or whatever it is. It's just one of the stupidest things that I've honestly ever heard of. It is just so dumb. There was this there was this Australian woman, this Australian white woman, and she opened up a sushi restaurant, and she got canceled online. Like, just people were just harassing her online, like, just leaving her restaurant, like, nasty reviews. And do you know why they were saying it? They were saying that she's white, and she doesn't know anything about sushi, and she's not Japanese, and she's offending the Japanese people by, like, by opening up a restaurant, a sushi restaurant. And the thing is, all the people that were attacking her weren't even Japanese people. Like, I did not even see any Japanese people, like, harassing her. It was mostly people who were not even Japanese saying that she's, like, she's violating Japanese culture because she opened up a sushi restaurant. She's white. Who cares what race the person is? If she wanted to open up a sushi restaurant, she wanted to open up a sushi restaurant. That's it. But it's like this political correctness, like I said, it's like a disease. It is, honestly, it is just ridiculous. The cancel culture, the stuff, it's disgusting. It's like people is freaking out over the smallest things, making a big deal out of everything, getting, you know, so annoying. Some of these people are. I'll say that. Yeah, I'll stop talking about Mista. You learned about what in Indigenous Studies? Thank you, Unknown Nation, for the super chat.
What did I just see?
Do I think that it's hypocritical? Do I think what is hypocritical?
What do you want? Get out of here!
The thing is, though, is that the people that complain about like cultural appropriation or whatever the term is, like wearing another people's culture's clothing, what they don't even understand, most culture throughout human history, most culture came from another culture. So, like, most culture around the world originally came from another culture. It was like other cultures adopted part of their culture and then blended it into their own culture. I mean, like, for example, like, a lot of Japanese culture comes from China. Like, you know, ancient China, like, you know, back in the day. Like, it was a lot of that, you know, travelers came to Japan and spread that in Japan. And, like, for example, even in my country, in America, like, American cowboy culture, like, I'm wearing a cowboy hat here. American cowboy culture, a lot of it was inspired by Mexican cowboy culture. So that's what people don't understand, is that that virtually, like, every culture in the world, at one point, like, had, like, adopted, I wouldn't say stolen, I wouldn't say that word, but they adopted ideas from, like, other cultures and, like, blended it into their culture and, you know, made their own, you know, unique culture. So, personally, I don't understand the big deal or why people get pissed off over things like this. I just think it's, you know, it's just pointless and ridiculous.
You should be honored to be killed by us, boy.
Dumb son of a bitch.
I'll play Condemned one day, yes. I'll do that. You know, some people are saying the next Mafia game is going to take place in Las Vegas in, like, the 70s. I wouldn't mind that. No, Mansions are coming out in December on GTA, Christine. They haven't come out yet. Have I heard about the border tension between Thailand and Cambodia? No, I haven't heard about that at all. What's going on there? I remember you're from Vietnam, Minion Dave, so I know that's probably big news, like, near you guys there, but, like, for us, I haven't heard anything about it. But, like, what's going on? Silent Hill is, F's coming, and I'm excited for that. You planning on playing it? It's like a whole brand new entry. It's not like a remake, right? Oh, Red Dead Redemption Mansions? No. Didn't come out. Is it true that France used colonial troops during World War II? Yes, that is true. France used Moroccan troops in the Battle of France, and in May 1940, when Germany invaded France, France did use Moroccan troops during that battle. And when the Nazi SS actually captured a lot of these Moroccan troops, they executed them. Yeah, I'm considering playing another Fears of Fathom episode maybe this Halloween, but like that game was so creepy when I played that on Halloween. That. Okay, I'll see you, Pipekeeper, and thank you, Mista. No, not really, Hustler. Is Ghost of Yote a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima? In a way, kind of. It's in the exact same universe as Ghost of Tsushima, but you won't see any characters. You will not see any characters from Ghost of Tsushima in Ghost of Yote, and the reason for that is because Ghost of Yote takes place like 400 or 500 years after Tsushima. How long is Ghost of Yote after Tsushima? Can anybody tell me the exact time frame? It's because Ghost of Yote takes place in the 1600s, right? It's the 1600s. And Ghost of Tsushima takes place, it's the 1190s, right? Like, it's... Because I know Ghost of Tsushima is taking place at the same time that the Crusades are happening. It's the exact same time like when the Crusades are happening in the Middle East. That's when Tsushima happens. It's 300 years? Oh, it's 300, okay. Yeah, so you're definitely not going to see any characters. You might see, like, a descendant of a character, that you might see, but you're not going to see, any of the characters. Just curious, what did you think of the story of Mafia 3? I personally enjoyed it. It's just not the open world. Yeah, I never really finished Mafia 3, but, I don't really have any complaints about that. I'm gonna get to it one day, Jake. Yes, I'll do a play for Red Dead 2 story, I just don't know when, dude, but I'll do it. Yes, I remember that, Mista. That would not be in a game today. That would not, you would never see it in a video game today. But I think that, was Gary dressing up as a Nazi for Halloween in Wooly? Was that based on South Park? Cartman dressing up as a Nazi for Halloween? Was that what that was based on? Because I know South Park did that first. It was like an older episode of South Park where Cartman dressed up as a Nazi for Halloween. Prince Harry did the same thing in real life. Yeah, and do you know what Prince Harry did? Prince Harry wore like a German Africa Corps uniform with like a Nazi armband. So that was like it was the North African troops that they wore the tan ones in North Africa during World War II, the tan uniforms. But that was like Prince Harry was an idiot. Like, you know, that guy's a moron. Like, yeah, that guy's a complete idiot.
That's not a human blood, is it? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, Brandon. No, wait, what page? Have you the $50 coins with JFK on it? No, I don't have any of those. They're the biggest idiots ever, Zev. I'll do the original trilogy Ace Attorney one day. I'll do it. Bro, do you own a gun? Yeah, I own a few. I own mostly historical firearms, but I own, how many? I own 3 modern ones, but I own mostly historical ones.
Less gruesome business bringing them in alive. This part, at least.
That there is what the state deems they're worth.
Do they work? Yeah, all of them do. Pro, you remember the MLG days from 2011, 2015? Gosh, I got sentimental for those days, back to the days of Call of Duty, Black Ops 2 and all. Yeah, and I remember the memes with the Doritos and the Mountain Dew, like all the Call of Duty players would eat Doritos and they would drink Mountain Dew. I remember those memes too, those were funny. Thank you, Unknown Notion. You know what I think the funniest video is ever? The funniest video, the funniest old school Call of Duty video is that really old video. It's like over 15 years old, and it's where the guy jumps out of the window on the skyscraper in High Rise in Modern Warfare 2, and he throws the throwing knife. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like the kill cam, and like the throwing knife like bounces and like kills the guy, and the guy basically says, "Oh my god." He's like, "Mom, get the camera! Mom, get the camera!" That was I think that was probably the most funniest, like, nostalgia, like, video ever. Mom, get the camera, oh my god. Like, that one, that was just so funny, that one. As a non-American, do you need to have a license to own a gun? You're talking about if you're an immigrant in America, right? That's what you mean? Well, if somebody is here, if somebody here is here on a temporary visa, like, I don't think that they can purchase a firearm. I think that people can only purchase a firearm, correct me if I'm wrong, I think if they are in a, I think they are permanent resident. I think if you're a permanent resident, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's and it depends on the state, every state has their own laws, but I would research that. I'll give you rent when you fix this damn door. Thank you, Brandon. No, I don't think so, Lou. Yes, I will do that, Mr. Hopkins, yes. No, I do not have any handguns. It's mostly rifles and one shotgun. What are your 3 modern guns? Great question. The 3 modern guns I have, it's a Savage Model 64, which is it's a 22 LR semi-automatic. I have the AK-74, which I guess you would count as a modern firearm. Maybe it's Cold War, but most people classify it as a modern firearm. And then I have the AR-15. Let's see, what do we got here? Yes, Paige. I might fold here. Yeah, these cards suck. I remember in Modern Warfare 2, 2009, people, there's a lady on the AK-47, people said it's real, but to me it's fake. I know what you're talking about, Agent Reaper. That video was fake. It was not real. It was fake. It was it looked like it was, real, but it was very much fake. I have an 1891 Mosin Nagant rifle made in 1914. Make sure that you keep that rifle, Elijah. Never sell that rifle. Never sell it. Because the old school Mosins are some of the best ones. The ones that were made by the Russian Empire before it was the Soviet Union. Those are very rare. They even have a different iron sight. The iron sight on the Russian Imperial Mosin Nagant rifles is different than the iron sights on the Soviet ones. So make sure you don't ever sell it. That is a very rare rifle that you have. Always keep that one. What's your favorite revolver to own? I want to get a few one day, maybe like a 38, a Nagant revolver. The Nagant revolver I really want to get. I also really want to get the Webley revolver, if anyone knows that. It's like the British World War II revolver. It's like a break action barrel. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah. Eventually, I want to have like a giant, like, because most of the guns I own are World War II guns. But I want to have, like, a giant, like, collection of, like, you know, pretty much all the World War II guns one day. Don't be featured in Pawn Stars with that Mosin Nagant. Well, he couldn't even sell it to the shop in Pawn Stars because Rick does not buy guns that are made, after 1898. So that was made in 1914, he said, so no, it, Any Civil War stuff? No, but I have a Kentucky long rifle, if anyone knows that's a Revolutionary War gun. I also have a Type 99 Arisaka with a bayonet. I actually have the Type 99 as well, but my Type 99 is stupid. And the reason it's stupid is because the Type 99 that I bought, it was sporterized. So, like, the store that I bought it from, it was a sporterized one, and it was a, it was converted to Fire 300 Savage, which is just ridiculous. I don't know why anyone would convert it to fire that cartridge, but that was it. I kind of regretted purchasing that one, but at least the mum is intact on it, so like you can see the Imperial crest on the Arisaka, but everything else is like the historical of the gun is like ruined. How good was the M1917 bolt-action rifle? Wasn't that the rifle that constantly kept jamming in World War I? Wait, wasn't that the Canadian rifle? I think that was the Canadian rifle, wasn't it? It was the one that kept jamming, because there was one bolt action I know that kept constantly jamming. Was that the one? I'm gonna win this hand. I'm gonna win this hand. Yeah, this hand, I'm gonna win this one. Folding. Oh, he's boring. Come on, play. Don't fold. I have such a good hand right now. Like, I mean, look at this hand, guys. This hand is so good. You see this hand? Right now? 3 sevens and 2 queens. Like, this hand is so good right now. I'm gonna win this one. What is he doing? He went in with those cards? Even if you were an American or a permanent resident, do you need to have a license to own a gun? In my country, Kuwait, you need to have a government-issued license to legally own a gun. No. In the vast majority of America, in most places in America, you do not need a license to own a gun. It's just there is the only states that I can think of where you need some licensing is New York, New York State, and what is it? California, and I think Illinois also has one. But in California, people could buy a handgun without a permit. In New York, we needed a permit to buy a handgun, which was, you know, ridiculous. But in America, the reason that we don't have a, you know, permit or a license for most, you know, firearms is because it's seen as a right. It's seen as a human right. You know, the Constitution grants you that right, and so the government doesn't really have the right to tell you that you need a permit. You know, your permit is the Second Amendment. That it's your right to own it. So that's basically our perspective on it. More of it. Also, in America, in every single state in America, all 50 states, you can carry a gun now. If you, in a lot of places, sometimes some states you need a permit to carry the gun, but you don't need a permit to own the gun. So, you know, you can take the gun to the shooting range, but if you want to actually carry it on your person, in some states they require you to have a permit. It's like every state is different on this. But what basically happened was, there was a court case that happened in New York years ago. I think it was the Bruin decision. I think that was the one that it was I think that was the one that it was called. But basically what happened was there was this guy that lived in New York, and the guy that lived in New York, he wanted to be able to carry his handgun, whenever he went out. This guy wasn't a criminal. He just, wanted to have his handgun on him just for protection. And what happened was New York State, basically told him, no, you can't. You can't, you cannot have this handgun on you. And he basically said this violates my constitutional rights. And the New York courts threw his case out, and then he said, I'm going to take this to the Supreme Court. And when he took it to the Supreme Court, New York State was like laughing at him, saying that nothing was going to come out of it. But the Supreme Court basically said, no, it was, he has a right to carry his handgun, when he's going out. And so that basically applied to every single other state after that, and every single other state, what states cannot do is states cannot tell you that you need a special reason to be able to carry the firearm. You need to, some states might require you to have a permit, but they can't tell you that you need to have, like, a special reason, because your reason is only the, the Second Amendment. That's it, basically. That's the thing is. Well, yeah, in Florida, you cannot open carry, that is true. You can conceal and carry in Florida, I'm pretty sure, but you can't open carry. There's limits on that. But Aren't you supposed to take a gun safety class? No. That is not required anywhere really in America. Certain states might need you to have if you want to take like the get the conceal and carry permit, you're gonna need to be required to take a class, but in most places, no. I will tell you guys this, you know what my ultimate collector's piece is? My ultimate, like, my most prized possession of firearm that I have? I have the Soviet, SVT-40. Does anyone know that one? It's a semi-automatic rifle that the Soviet Union used during World War II. And it's, when people think of semi-automatic rifles the Soviet Union used during World War II, they're kind of confused because the Soviets used the Mosin Nagant, but they did use the SVT also. The SVT was not produced on the same scale as the Mosin Nagant. There was much fewer of them made, but it was a semi-automatic rifle that fires 7.62x54R, the same bullet that the Mosin Nagant fires. That one was, like, basically my most prized possession was that rifle there. But, I purchased it like 6 years ago in New York when I was still living in New York. And like I asked the guy at my gun shop, and like I asked him if he could check if this gun is like legal to own in New York, and he said yes, you can own an SVT-40 in New York. That's what the guy in the gun shop told me, and he told me that you need to register it though. But I was like, that's stupid. But I still ended up doing it. I still registered it, and then when I moved, I basically called up New York, and I called up New York State. I talked to like a officer or somebody. I don't remember who it was, but the person that I talked to, they basically hated doing what they did, and they said that even the person I talked to on the phone said that the registration was stupid and that they're wasting time with this, and they could be going after real criminals, but they hate that they're doing nonsense like this. So, like, imagine that I had to register like a the SVT that I have was made in 1942. So then that means that I had to register I bought it in 2019, so that was 58, so that was like, nearly an 80-year-old rifle. So I had to register a nearly 80-year-old rifle. That's, pure stupidity. Pure stupidity having to register an 80-year-old rifle. Stupid. Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one. But you said Enfield, but Enfield is a British company, is it not, Fernando? Nothing here, damn. Maybe one day, Soul. If I was to do a gun video, I would do a video showing the firearms from a specific game. That's what I would do. More of it. Get a knock volley gun for Days Gone. That would break my shoulder. The knock volley gun is one of the stupidest guns ever made. It's one of the person who made that gun is an idiot, a moron. Like a gun that would break somebody's shoulder. Like that's one of the, you know, I don't know how that gun even made it through testing. They probably didn't even go through testing. Like the person is an idiot. But for people that don't know what I'm talking about, there's a gun out there that when you fire it, it's gonna break your shoulder. It is one of the stupidest guns ever made in history. And the person who made it is a complete idiot. Colt revolver rifle will blow your hand up. That's true because of the gunpowder. Because when you're holding the rifle up with all the cylinders, the gunpowder and all the cylinders could all go off at once, and yeah, that could basically blow off all your fingers. You're right. Revolving rifle sucked. It was terrible. Helldivers 2 released a gun based off a knock volley gun. It sends you flying backwards too. Wow. Samuel Paris, who's that? Okay, this will be my last hand here. Let's see this one. Oh, I only got one pair here. I'm gonna call a max bet here. Hopefully someone folds here. No, he's not folding. He's not folding too. Five high straight. Ah. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess I will be, I'll probably be wrapping up the stream here, guys. I just gotta still do something tonight. I'll stream again on Sunday. I'll have the next part of Mafia also up early in the morning. It was just a stupid design, Menace. It was meant to be used for cover shooting. Okay, Jacket. I don't think I've seen that episode, Mason. Okay, I'll see you, Javi. Thank you, Zach. Will you buy a katana? Well, maybe one day, yeah. Hell's Highway in September. I'd have to do, I would have to do, Bound in Blood first. Brothers in Arms, that one. Before I do that. Before I do, Hell's Highway. Well, they never want to sell MP5s in America, and they've been pretty, obnoxious about it, Paige. A lot of people don't like HK in America. Thank you, Zekas. Thank you, Zach. Okay, so I guess I'll see you guys. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys all today have a great weekend. I'll watch it one day also, JBK. Thank you guys for hanging out with me again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.